not in keeping with the theme, but anyway. So the first poem is actually two short poems. The overall work is called Progress. And the first poem, one, Midlife Crisis, which I wrote probably 30 years ago. Trapped by success, married to the avoidance of pain, God-forsaken midlife mediocrity, lack of courage, pathetically predictable patterns, wasted potential. Who is that person in the mirror staring back at me? Nobody I ever wanted to be. 2, on turning 72, which will be next week. Success redefined, married to the wind. Proof of value, evaluation of worth, no need. Resilience eclipsed courage. The pursuit of perfection, over, done. Potential reimagined. Who is that person in the mirror staring back at me? Somebody I always hoped I could be. So that's that. And then my apologies to Sharon, who's in the audience, because you've heard this before. But anyway, I wrote this about a month ago. It's a short essay. It's called Is Nothing Sacred? When I was 5 years old, I believed my Aunt Irma was the Easter Bunny. For some reason, the Easter Bunny was far more important to me than Santa Claus. Perhaps this was because my father called anything with sugar in it poison and would not allow candy or other sweets in the house. Easter was the perfect time to snuggle in contraband via my aunt. Christmas, on the other hand, was a terrible experience. My parents kept giving me girl toys in a fruitless attempt to change the trajectory of my preferences. I remember one Christmas when I was gifted with an elaborate dollhouse with perfectly furnished little rooms. Very, very generous for my parents who really didn't like me. When my older brother received an awesome farm set, complete with a barn, a bright green John Deere tractor, and assorted livestock, I burst into tears. I was about 7 years old when I came to realize the awful truth that my Aunt Irma was not the Easter Bunny. In fact, there was no Easter Bunny at all. I was crushed. As would become a lifelong pattern, my 7-year-old brain began to question everything. Years later, majoring in philosophy in college, I learned that there's a real possibility we can't really know if we know anything. But of all the beliefs I've been compelled to question, here's the kicker. For years, with every dog I've owned, I would from time to time respond to their barking by dramatically asking, "What is it, Lassie? Is Timmy in the well?" For those much younger than I, the line comes from the popular TV show Lassie, which began to air in 1954 when I was 5 years old, the same year my aunt was the Easter Bunny. In every episode, Lassie, the family dog, was a hero by alerting the family to some impending disaster, usually involving the little boy, Timmy. The question, "What's wrong, Lassie? Is Timmy in the well?" became popular after the conclusion of the series in 1973. However, it turns out Timmy was never, ever in the well. According to John Provost, who played the part of Timmy, quote, "In the 571 episodes of Lassie, not one involved Timmy falling into the well." As you can imagine, learning the truth of this was devastating. I gave up on the Easter Bunny by age 7. Santa Claus went up the chimney and spoke soon after, although I swear I heard the sound of hoofs on our roof last December 24th. But Timmy not in the well? Is nothing sacred? Will reality rob me of all life's joys? Interestingly, in this year of 2021, we live in an age where reality seems to have become subjective. News is fake the validity of science is questioned. People believe bizarre conspiracy theories about cannibalistic pedophiles and Jewish space lasers. In her book, Michiko Kakutani describes this phenomena as the death of truth. Frankly, I find this all scary. How do we decide what we believe? How do we decide who to believe? Right now, I have no easy answer. I feel like I'm back in college, wondering if we can really know anything at all. That's it.